Hello. Crystals and tips for these incredibly intense energy shifts. Had I realized, well, I might not have been able to do it anyway, because today is the first day that I have been able to feel like my energy is grounded and I'm actually here to share this with you. Today is October 31st, 2023. No surprise there. And October 29th was when Europe and other countries changed their time. They moved their clocks back. The US will move their clocks back on November 5th. I just learned that this morning. And what this video is about for you is helping you, hopefully, to understand, manage, and move through All Hallows Eve. October has just been a bundle of energy portals and just craziness, right? At least energetically. Let me just see if I can fix the light a little bit. Okay. And I have here with me several crystals that will help you and can help you to ground and to shield. And what happens during the times changes, and it's now 4 times a year and has been for a few years because the US no longer changes their times along with the rest of this world. We used to, but we don't anymore. So when the clocks move back or forward, whichever way direction, depending upon the season, the time gets stretched, and so does the energy. So it's a time space continuum, and I'm not up on all of the scientific parts, but energetically speaking, when you change a clock, when you move time, linear time, backwards or forwards, you are stretching, you are moving things. You Okay, the collective you who decides these things for us, right? So the energies are out of alignment, they're out of balance. And it's also around All Hallows Eve, which is a thinning of the veil for this between the seen and the unseen. You know, your guides and other entities, believe this or not, that's your choice. So what do you do? Because those of us who are sensitive to energy, and then some are highly sensitive to energy, it really affects. And on Sunday, I had planned to go out to this cute little fur baby costume parade, and it was like, I just can't. I just need to stay in my own environment, in my own energy, and just not do anything. So I just didn't. I read and then I watched some of my favorite shows. And all the while, I had different crystals with me. So let's see. What do you do? It's about grounding. So those of us who are sensitive to energy and highly sensitive to energy, you will more than likely feel out of balance, out of sorts. Maybe your emotions will be super close to the surface for no reason. Nothing's happening, nothing's going wrong. It's just like too much. And that's how I felt all day Sunday. And I, needed another break yesterday afternoon, which was Monday. So here it is, October 31st, and I'm feeling much better because I took the time to stop. If you're not able to take the time to stop because you work outside of your home, or there are deadlines, or whatever it is, there are crystals that you can use to put up around you during your sleep time. If you are able to take the time away from the world, if you have a family, maybe just stay in your own environment, and you can have these crystals near you. You can hold them, you can take turns to hold them, take turns holding different ones at each moment. And by holding, I'm just put them in your hands. So this is amethyst. a little generator of amethyst. Amethyst is amazing. It's not just for spiritual growth and connecting with your guides. It is also part of the violet flame energy, the crystals for that. So it's protection. And then you can have red jasper, which is amazing for grounding. Most of this is about grounding and protection. So shungite, and I have a piece right here, well, behind where you can't see. And this one is in my sacred space, actually. Okay. You can also use smoky quartz. Now, some of these you can use for manifestation, but my suggestion is during this time, you just really ground and work with your emotions as far as recognizing that you are just feeling more than usual. So, smoky quartz, okay, grounding, protection, red jasper, amethyst, we've shown you, okay, and shungite, that's the backside. This one happens to be a little bit polished, which is nice and has a nice base on it, but this is its natural side right there. All right, and then we have clear quartz, which is amazing for magnifying the energies of all your other crystals. So do you need to have all of these and there are more to show you? No. My suggestion is that you have at least 2 or 3, and in that 2 or 3 can be clear quartz. All right, we have rhodonite, which is for the heart, so your emotions and your feelings. And rhodochrosite also has all of these nice grounding features, manganese or iron ore in there, so that you are grounding the energies from what you feel. And most of us who are energy sensitive, when we feel things, we feel them, and it's not just a little bit. Have you ever been called over the top, or you're just beginning to get over it? Well, you're in good company. Here's one. You can see this is chalcopyrite. Okay, these guys that I'm sharing with you are all from my personal collection. And all right, chalcopyrite is also known as peacock ore because of the amazing colors that it has. Look, it's got some pyrite there. That's the pyrite part of chalcopyrite. This will help you not only ground, but align, cleanse, and balance all of your chakras simultaneously, and all you have to do is hold it. Now, if y'all have little teeny tiny pieces, this one doesn't kind of doesn't count, but I'm showing you if you have a teeny tiny piece of something, please add clear quartz to it, a nice size clear quartz, so that it magnifies the energy, because teeny tiny little tumbled stones can only do so much. There, I've said it. All right, what else do we have? Kyanite, blue kyanite. We also have black kyanite, which is also known as witch's broom. And you can just think of this as brushing, sweeping, clearing the energy. What do you do with it? Hold it. Just like that. Just gently, because it does have some delicate spines. Okay. And let's see what else. All right, we have one of my favorites. This is I call it a goddess wand. It is selenite, and you can just hold it. That's all you need to do. You can put it up against your heart center. You can put it to your head to relieve or to release negative energy, which is called one of those headache things. And none of what I'm sharing with you is to replace any medical advice that you may have gotten or are getting working with any of those kinds of things. So here are three more. So this is carnelian, spectacular for grounding, and it also resonates with your root chakra, sacral chakra, and your solar plexus. Now, not all carnelian resonates with your solar plexus. This one does because it has the yellow in it. So you have, let's see, the darker red for your root chakra, the orangey colors. There you can see a little bit better. The orangey colors are for your sacral chakra, and then the yellow for your solar plexus. Your solar plexus is the center for empowerment and confidence, and it will help you to settle out some of the energies in that way. Then we also have golden healer. Now, do you have to have a palm stone? No, it can be a sphere, an obelisk, palm stone. Okay, and then here is red hematoid quartz. Quartz for magnifying, amplifying the energies of the crystal itself, and for your root chakra for sure. What do you do with these? And I will put a list, I think it's already in the description, but a list of all of these crystals that I'm sharing with you, and I forgot. And it's reminding me. Rose quartz. Rose quartz, unconditional love. You hold a huge piece of rose quartz or have it near you. You are going to, hopefully, feel the unconditional love through it to your heart center. And when your feelings, when your emotions are calmer, you can move about your day much more easily. So, how long can we expect these time changes? So, today's the 31st. So, what, 2 days ago, other countries, most of the world, other than the US, changed their times and the clock went back an hour. That was the 29th. And then, so now we have All Hallows Eve, and the energies have been drawing us in already. And we just finished with a lunar eclipse. Oh, I used a lot of moonstone to help me through that one as well. November 5th is when the US changes its time back an hour. Thankfully, I now live in Tucson, Arizona, and I used to live in Hawaii for about half of my life, and we didn't change the time. Even so, with everything or more of the world that we live on, this beautiful planet, changing the clocks for, various reasons, it pulls time, it pushes time, it stretches time, it just creates this weird out of balance energy. So November 5th, the US changes their clock. So we can expect at least what my guides are telling me right this minute is through November 15th for things to just really settle down. And I believe the next full moon is at the end of November. I think it's 28th. And let me just check my notes. Let me give myself permission to check my notes. All right, I have. And what is the big deal about All Hallows Eve? Now, this depends on your beliefs. And if this does not resonate with you, just let it pass you by. Oh, if you have any questions, please pop those in the comments. If you like this, please tap on that little thumbs up and share this with your friends, your other crystal lovers, or people who are having some difficulty with all of these energies going around and around and around. Okay. All Hallows Eve is a celebration of all kinds of things. And without getting into religion or any of those other kinds of spiritual things, it is a celebration because those of us who wish to connect with loved ones who have passed, it's easier energetically, telepathically, and spiritually. It also creates, one of these time stretches. So we just a lot going on. Just 1 minute. And my guides pretty much nudged me to just get on here today and share this with you. So, whenever you see it, it will either help you through these changes or help you understand what you were feeling. So that it's like, okay, it's not just me. It's not just you, beautiful soul. You are energy sensitive, maybe highly or just beginning your adventure, your journey with crystals, your inner self, your guides. And just remember, please, one step at a time, one day at a time, one discovery at a time, and just allow yourself whatever it is you need. And you can here's something that you can ask. If you're not sure if the energies are really yours, you can ask, is this coming from me or is this coming to me? Years ago, I was working for the US Border Patrol as an executive admin assistant, and we had this huge, large warehouse. This is just a tiny story to help share how I came to really experience this particular. Is the energy coming from me? Like from within, is it really yours? Or is it coming to you, meaning it's from an outside source? And we're not talking about, just maybe walking through something. So I went walking through the warehouse, as 4 or 5 times a day, and I was doing fine. It was a hectic day, which it usually is. And all of a sudden, I just felt uncomfortable and I felt a little irritated and flustered. And I remembered to ask myself, is this coming from me or is it coming to me? And within just a few moments, that irritation, the frustration, the didn't want to be there, didn't want to do anything, just, almost kind of bitch feelings is like, who flipped a switch? And when the energy is coming to you and you ask that question, at least for me, in my experience, it has always dissipated. And I was like, okay, it's not mine. And it helps to ground you and to turn the switch back and be more compassionate with yourself as you're going through these things. So that's one of the experiences. And I do wear lots of crystals. Didn't wear malas back in those days, but I was wearing my bracelets and usually crystal jewelry. So my guides are trying to come through my mouth at the same time I'm trying to share this with you. Anyhow, be compassionate with yourself as you're moving through these particular energies. Do subscribe. Share this with your friends. Make a note of this. I'd love to see what you picked up from this, if it was valuable for you, if you liked it. And if you have any questions, I will come around and reply to you. Have an amazing day, beautiful soul, and these energies will pass. Namaste.